It's kind of just an overview of risk factors, history of suicide, and some current trends. So please feel free to dive in. So, as we know, suicide is kind of a taboo subject. The Surgeon General has said, as a society, we don't like to talk about suicide. The news loves to report about it, but actually having dialogue about suicide is kind of up limits. And I'll talk a little bit more about the history and why that came to be. I thought this was a nice quote from the past president of the American Academy of Suicidology. Said, "There's no suffering greater than that which drives people to suicide. Suicide defines the moment in which mental pain exceeds the human capacity to bear it. It represents the abandonment." So, the history of suicide is always been looked at as a taboo way to die. It used to be considered a sin. It was criminalized to even consider a suicidal gesture. This is more like the 16th century here. Silence, shame, condemnation often follow individuals that either contemplated suicide or the families of those who completed suicide. Corpses used to be handled with pokers instead of the gentle care of hands due to presumed diseases and curses that suicide would be contagious. In France, the corpse of a person who completed suicide was dragged to the streets, head downward, and then hanged on the gallows, even after they were dead. Jewish people were not to bury the wicked, which were those who committed suicide, next to the righteous, and were not encouraged to wear mourners' clothes following a death by suicide. So we can start to see where this stigma comes from. Most cultures condemned the deceased and denied funeral rites to families to families of individuals who committed suicide. Eulogies and mourning were forbidden and banished by silence. In Islamic law, suicide is the gravest sin, even considered worse than homicide. The Catholic Church has traditionally denied funeral rites to those who died by suicide. I think that's still kind of exists. Many consider suicide the worst and most unforgivable of all sins. Some religions have instilled the belief that the soul of the person who completes suicide will burn in hell. In Thebes and Athens, the arm that had been used for the suicide act was severed. Ancient Greece. The body of the suicide victim was handled with less care and yet increased awareness. Many cultures traditionally bury the bodies of people who completed suicide during the night at the crossroads under great traffic, denying proper burial in the light of day. And even centuries ago in England and more recently in Massachusetts, like the Puritan times in the 1800s, a stake would be driven to the heart of a person who completed suicide.
I was in Salem with the witches.
Yes. So looking at current day, this is a table of leading causes of death in the United States. The CDC hasn't really published anything recently. This was in 2015, I believe, but it's still the same in 2017, maybe even higher. But as we can see, between the ages of 15 and 34, the second leading cause of death is suicide. As you get older, your risk of dying from suicide decreases. It still exists, but it certainly decreases. You have a greater chance of dying from cancer, heart disease, diabetes. That's malignant neoplasm, which is catch up to involving. But between the ages of 10 and 34, it's extremely high. Yeah, it's the third leading cause of death. 10-year-olds, between 10 and 14. Number one leading cause of death in most of these age ranges, it's hard to see this, but is unintentional injury, death by accident. So I suspect that many of them are suicides that were not known, or like unintentional overdoses, accidental overdoses, passive suicides, or kind of things that the CDC would just classify as unintentional, but it's hard to classify as suicide. We can look at age-adjusted suicide rates in the last 15 years. It's steadily increased. These are the most recent data. The CDC doesn't put out its data every single year for these things. Usually every 10 to 15 years they put out an update. So as we can see, men are at a much higher, this is well known, men are at a much higher risk of suicide than females. But, this is showing a general increase. Interesting to me, and to you guys, when you think about that, there's a little bit more awareness about suicide. We talk about it more, especially with social media. It's still not making much of an impact on suicide. It's still increasing. There's still a lot more to be done. If we look at it by race and ethnicity, American Indian men and white men are the highest risk. The lowest risk being Hispanic females and Black females. That's for all ages. If you look at the data stratified, like Hispanic teenagers teenagers are actually at pretty high risk. African American teenagers are actually at pretty high risk. But this data is stratified for all ages. So if you look at it as a total, the highest risk of suicide are white men and American. We look at death by method. We know that men tend to commit suicide by more violent means, like firearms, but not by that much. You can see 33.4% of females commit suicide by firearms. Women do tend to, like, I guess, gentler methods, like poisoning or overdosing on pills, or sort of just go to sleep. But women and men have pretty much the same rates of suffocation. Suffocation is basically hanging or parking your car in your garage. But still, it's, those are pretty evenly distributed. But this is an interesting table that the CDC published. 9.8 million adults had suicidal ideations, and these are just the ones that have been reported in the whole country. Right? So I'm sure the numbers are much higher. It's kind of hard. That's a hard variable to track. But the ones that were reported is pretty staggering. 2.7 million adults made suicidal plans. 1.4 attempted, and you can see 0.3 million adults made no plans, no previous plans, and just attempted suicide. So those are like impulsive suicidal acts. More common than you would think, 0.3 million adults. 1.1 million made plans and actually attempted. So it's a lot, it's a big problem. Risk factors, we know a lot of well-known risk factors. There's probably a lot more than I list here, but family history of suicide, like a parent or brother that commits suicide, certainly increases your risk. Family, what was that? Family history of child maltreatment increases your risk. Previous attempts, you know that anything you're sitting with a patient that's had previous suicide attempts, it's you got to tread cautiously because they're at a high risk. Psychiatric history, I'll talk more about specific conditions that will put you at high risk. Hopelessness by itself is an independent variable for suicide. Any aggressive tendencies, cultural religious beliefs that suicide is noble. There are some religions that believe that dying by suicide is noble, like suicide bombings. Local epidemics of suicide, I'll talk more about cluster suicides in the end. Isolation is a big risk of suicide. Poor access to mental health services, like most of the country does have. Lucky here in my area, there's a ton of therapists, but people out to like any recent loss, like relational loss, social, financial loss, is a big risk. Physical illness and access to lethal methods, these are all significant risk factors. We can conceptualize risk factors as being acute or chronic. So, acute risk factor puts an individual at immediate risk for suicide. So, like an individual with a previous history of major depressive disorder experiencing a crisis, like a breakup or sudden loss of a loved one, they're at acute risk right then for suicide. So this is where the Baker Act really comes in. Florida law gives any MD, psychologist, judge, law enforcement official, they can initiate involuntary hospitalization. You can hold them for up to 72 hours, no risk. So this is, the Baker Act is really designed to help those that are at acute risk. You get them in, you get them evaluated, you get them on medication, and hopefully stabilize that acute suicidality. The problem with the Baker Act is it doesn't really do anything for individuals that are at chronic risk. So individuals who are constantly chronically suicidal. So like this is like a teen with long history of impulsivity and substance abuse. They may be at a chronic risk of suicide. It's hard to monitor that. So if a teen at chronic risk for suicidality experiences a sudden crisis, they can be at particularly high risk due to this combination of chronic and acute risk factors like substance abuse on layered with recent loss or crisis. So we call those chronic risk with acute exacerbation. So psychiatric conditions. This table sort of stratifies which disorders were at the highest risk for suicide. And if we see mood disorders is definitely highest, 36, there's like 35.8 individuals with mood disorders will attempt. Major depressive disorder and persistent depressive disorder definitely increases this, thoughts of hopelessness, sadness, isolation, death wishes. Bipolar 1 and 2, 20 to 5 to 50% of major depressive patients attempt at least once. Substance use disorders is a leading cause of death among substance users is suicide. Probably due to the comorbidity between mood disorders or other underlying psychiatric conditions, But alcohol is found in 30 to 40% of attempts and completions, maybe even higher. Psychotic disorders can lead to subsequent depression, substance use disorders, or command hallucinations, where patients thought their voices told them to do it. Recently saw a 7-year-old patient in the ICU who was vascularly attempted until the voices told them to do it. So, it's pretty scary. Pretty serious. Personality disorders, bipolar disorder, not bipolar, sorry, borderline personality disorder leads to, as we know, frequent suicidal self-induced behavior. Pervasive affective instability, these individuals are usually chronically depressed or very unstable and impulsive, and thus systematic suicide. PTSD significantly increases the likelihood of suicidal ideation attempts, and SSRIs, antidepressants, cause worsening suicidal ideation, and bullying itself is a big risk factor. What was that?
No, the case of the Massachusetts girl was 14 and she decided, I think her name was Phoebe Prince or something, and there's a law or a program in Massachusetts called after her because she committed suicide due to bullying.
Yeah. Do you guys know of any other risk factors?
Actually, that one and the other case of I think that made national headlines. The student from Rutgers, I think it was Rutgers University, who jumped from the George Washington Bridge in New York because the student was gay and he had a lover come to his dorm, and his other classmate, roommate, who was apparently out or something, kept the a camera recording, and then he publicized it and things, and he was so ashamed by the whole thing that he ended up committing suicide in the most horrible way.
Yeah.
He dove from the bridge.
He jumped from the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah. Roommate was from India.
Yep,
And
that's right.
And I think that they went kind of light on the sentence. And I don't know if he was fighting deportation.
I'm not too sure about that, but what I know is that he was totally taken aback by the whole attitude by his roommate's attitude, and at the same time he felt very betrayed because he trusted him. Yeah. There are all kinds of stories.
Right.
Well, also trends, like I was hearing, like that 13 Reasons Why. I know it was a
We're going
book.
to talk about that. Yes,
And when you spoke about like epidemic,
right.
we had that at Summer High School. I taught at Summer in the Massachusetts area for 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a winter in which it was a very bad winter, and there were like 3 suicides. I think 2 of them were unfortunately successful, and one was suicide attempt. And I remember the headmaster talking about whether it was cabin fever, it was like contagious, and it was a very difficult winter.
I'm going to talk about cluster suicide.
How about with I'm sorry, you may have mentioned it. Physical people with recent diagnosis of different types of physical disorders. For instance, possibly paralyzed, diabetes, because that can also lead to impotency. And in men, so men over 50 are real. I think it's one of the leading causes of death. Men over 50 or 60. I'm not sure. I'm sure you covered that.
That's definitely like a new diagnosis which you're messed up. I don't know if it's like one of the leading causes, but it certainly puts you at risk. I'm not sure that always sensitive kids who get diagnosed with suicide. I haven't seen kids like recently get diagnosed with diabetes and suicide.
No, I'm talking about not necessarily with children.
With adults.
Yeah, in adults.
Yeah.
That's physical, serious physical life change, trauma.
I think you mentioned it.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about physician-assisted suicide, but that's for those, sometimes usually with like patients with chronic mental illness could go that route.
Yeah, they have to, but they have to get a clean medical bill of health, not medical
Psychiatric, that can't be used. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely a whole other topic. I personally think it should be legal these days. I think it's all right to do it, and but it's a very controversial thing because of what we talked about earlier, history of there's still a lot of religious ideologies.
If you open that door, it's only a matter of time before they start saying for major, I have ADD, major depressive disorder. I've never been able to recover from it. I've been suffering all my life with shock.
Right. Well, I guess the difference would be is that an episodic disorder is not a chronic, it's not a chronic disease like liver disorder. But mood disorders are supposed to be episodic and very treatable. So, yeah, I mean, I agree. The line has to be drawn.
And that line is, it's like, I'll take a metaphor as a comparison, medical marijuana.
Right.
Now, I know it's apples and oranges, but it started out with medical marijuana, and now it's able to be done for recreational use. Once you start erasing the border, not that I'm against it, but you erase that boundary.
Yeah, it goes to the extreme.
It goes, yeah.
Yeah. So I could kind of conceptualize like protective factors as any of the opposite of the risk factors. Like someone with no family history, suicide, no psychiatric illness. Those are sort of protective factors. And it's an important part of the clinical assessment. What would stop you from doing this? Usually, family, spouses, children, social support is a big protective factor. Like I thought about killing myself, but I'm going to do it because my kids wouldn't be able to. So that's a significant protective factor. That's important. Therapeutic alliance in itself is a protective factor. Gender, right, just being female is a protective factor because their risk is significantly lower. And SES, socioeconomic status. Preventative factors, like, well, we want to completely reduce the way that individuals are able to do it. What if we limited the availability of toxic substances? So, like, no one takes any medications in the house, you shouldn't be put old hold on it. So locking those away, restricting access to guns in the house with somebody that has any of those risk factors. Responsible media reporting, right? The media has a lot to do with it. Building barriers to deter jumping from that place. Of course, if someone wants to find a way to do it, they probably will.
We'll climb higher.
Yeah. Right. So, talk a little bit about current trends, and this is where I think you guys chime in. Who's heard of the Blue Whale Challenge?
Is that website that's telling kids how to commit suicide or that they're supporting it?
It's not a website. It's like a social media. The thing is that there's no like group that it actually exists. Okay. So it consists of a series of tasks, and I'll show you the tasks on the next slide. It's assigned by players and administrators during a 50-day period. The final challenge requires the player to commit suicide. It was invented by this disturbed Russian psychologist who was expelled from the university, created a huge wave of moral panic. The inventor pled guilty to enticing at least 16 girls to commit suicide. It's been linked to at least over 130 suicides in Russia. Actually, last I read, it was higher than that. I think more closer to like 200. And definitely two in the US. So one recently in Georgia and one in Texas. So teams seek out this curator, someone that leads them through this journey of killing themselves, with hashtags like hashtag Blue Whale Challenge, hashtag curator, until someone reaches out to the team and they guide them through the game. So here, because it's believed that blue whales use themselves to commit suicide. So that's what they're doing. So, and there's like a Russian band called Blue Whale. So here's some of the really disturbing challenges. They lead you, so it starts out with carving F5, 7, I don't know the significance of that on your hand. Every one of the tasks, you have to send the photo to this curator. So they are monitoring you through this whole process. So it's pretty disturbing. If we look at some of the things like number 19, climb up to the crane, they want to check and make sure you're trustworthy. You look at number 30 and 49, wake up every day at 4:20 a.m., watch horror movies, listen to music that they send you, cut yourself once a day, talk to your bed. Number 50, you jump off the high building. So This is pretty disturbing. So each task, if you think about it, cutting your arm, going to the top of my building, not talking to anyone for the whole day, making a vow that you are aware, waking up early in the morning, watching horror movies, it results in a systematic desensitization to death.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably why it's successful. Sending a picture to each task to the curator, it results in the social pressure. They feel now compelled to do it. Curators tend to seek out lonely teens and make sure that they make them more depressed by waking them up every single morning at 4:20. I don't understand what kind of legislation they can pass.
Yeah, that's what
Making it legal, I guess. But I think the big thing is that like parents need to be aware of what they're doing on social media. They're taking pictures of all these tasks.
Do you know if the FBI is on?
I have no idea. It's like so new. It's happening. I'm sure they're investigating it. But the thing is, what I read about, there's no published research about it in journals. It's such a new thing.
Right.
And there's like no substantial proof that it even exists.
Well,
So
I mean,
no one knows who these curators
if you're
are.
tracking hashtags and you're tracking who, if there's any more, I don't know,
No, you're right. If they try.
something that they might be able to find some of the curators.
Right. But that's definitely concerning.
It's enticing, this generation.
Yeah,
It is,
it's different.
because you remember, every year there's a different trend. I remember there was the condom challenge. But insert condom that in your nose, you just pull it through. It was happening, it was a thing. Remember oh my God.
That weird lip.
The lip thing, and so it's like we are already becoming
Right.
desensitized towards doing things that are not well thought
Very
out.
intelligent.
Especially kids and
Planking,
Oh yeah, that was, they would do it on buildings.
the ALS challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so you got all these challenges that become popular, get the most hits, the most likes, even on the dark side.
Yeah.
You're getting reinforced. So this is like a perfect.
Especially with like.
It is because it doesn't require you to kill yourself on day one.
No, you think about it.
But you're feeling empowered.
Right.
You're taking your
They probably
sadness
don't even-
and you're putting a physical.
They probably don't even think you're gonna make it to that point. They in their heads in the beginning, they probably think, "Oh, I'll never reach the point of actually killing myself," but they don't realize the psychological effects.
Social pressure.
Yeah, and how eventually you are manipulated.
Right. So the next one we mostly familiar with, that's the reason why. Have you guys all watched it?
No.
Yes.
No.
Sorry, you used to watch
All right. Well, yeah, briefly, it was this book. It was a book. Notice I didn't cause any more panic in the book.
Yeah.
But now that Netflix has put out a show about it, it's created all this moral panic. So high school teen, she was bullied, she was raped, she had all this traumatic stuff happen to her. And before committing suicide, she records 13 tapes to sort of get revenge to all these people who bullied her. And so there's a lot of controversy around the show. I think Netflix has recently revised it and has put like hotline numbers and all that as they didn't do initially. So some people say it draws attention to suicide in a positive way, but like talking about suicide doesn't lead to suicide. I think what the show really highlights is like how aloof all these parents were to what their kids were doing.
And the counselor did a really bad job.
The counselor was
She went to see him.
I think
all these kids.
but the kids, I'm sorry, someone, a 15-year-old's not gonna see that.
Right. JC,
You know,
look how much attention she got from this.
She's
I'm giving
pretty.
some attention.
She's beautiful. The word glorifies suicide. I think that's completely accurate. I think they made it like this cool thing that she did.
And
Right.
there are blurred lines between life and death because even though she's already passed, she's still kind of alive throughout the show.
Yes.
She's still present.
Right. So I'm imagining, put yourself in the shoes of a 15-year-old depressed kid who has gone through worse maybe than
Yeah.
she was a high socioeconomic as a pharmacist. And, so imagine, a kid who grows up in these terrible conditions in a foster care system, they see this and like, wait a minute, I could do something like this and get the attention I want.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. So there's two sides to it. There's a lot of argument around it.
Well, I mean, it's awesome. As teenagers, adolescents, they feel powerless a lot of because, you know, my mom felt, I want to do this, and they do,
Right, exactly, it's like a revenge.
growing and taking control of their lives.
Right.
Yes.
Always keep them getting revenge. If they film, you know, her way of getting revenge, she's becoming empowered. She doesn't know how to get back.
Exactly.
Then you might see a trend in an increased possibility. I'm not saying it like, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. They started coming up
With
There
the,
have been
a series of revenge videos.
Right, there have been a few already happening.
yeah.
I think it also provides like a how-to. On the
Yeah.
last episode of the show, it shows her actually, she does it, she sits to this, and the cameras are like very close about how she does it. So that's some of the argument has also been like, it shows kids exactly how to do it. And that's not always the best thing for kids who are. So,
Oblivious.
any other thoughts?
Could have been edited.
Any other thoughts about it? Look, Laura's here. I can.
Actually, by the book.
So Laura, what do you have to say about 14 Reasons Why?
As she.
Like nothing.
Nothing?
You just saw Irby at Benfic on September 12th to continue the conversation
Oh.
on the presentation.
All right, so Facebook Live. Do you have anything?
No, that's what I wanted to see is what's next.
Yeah.
Facebook Live.
So Facebook Live, here's another trend. This is just one example. There's literally been tons of them. Facebook Live, I believe, didn't launch until 2016. So this is, again, a brand new study, something that you won't find any empirically validated studies. It's too new. So there's this one famous case, this girl, Caitlin Nicole Davis. She filmed herself hanging herself outside her home in Georgia. The video is still on there, so it's really disturbing. They've tried a lot of it to get it taken down, but it's just been spread out too much. So the first half of the 42-minute video was her talking about she was sexually assaulted by a family member. Has anyone seen the video?
No.
It's really disturbing. And all you guys who use Facebook, you know that Facebook Live, you can see who's like tuning in to watch it and make comments. So there was like I don't remember how many, but there was, I believe, several hundred people watching this girl talk about how she was sexually assaulted, and she was about suicide, and she goes out to her front lawn, positions her phone, ties a rope, hangs herself, takes the bucket out, and the last like 20 minutes of video is just her dangling in her front yard, and no one, like there's hundreds of people laughing, and no one did anything.
She was actually doing the dance. Or she's not.
No, she did. She died. She hung herself.
Was this
And
where the police were trying to find where she was?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, she was at her house. Her parents discovered her. At the end of the video, her parents tell me sued and law. The days before her suicide, she posted about this sexual abuse on a blog for other people to see. Lots of people commented on it. So there's all these examples of people like, because there's all these examples of like no one doing anything. It's well known because who's at risk. So Facebook recently hired over 3,000 employees to help screen profiles for suicidal gestures, which is a good thing. I don't know how they can prevent it. But, I know there's been lots of other Facebook Live suicides. Again, like when we were talking about 13 Reasons Why, it glorifies it, it gives them attention for it. So the next thing is cluster suicides. So after Caitlin's Facebook Live suicide, at least 3 more were confirmed within the next few weeks, including one 14-year-old girl. So there is this trend of contagious suicide. Anyone hear about the Palo Alto suicide clusters that happened a few years ago? The CDC the CDC just began this large-scale epidemiological study. They just published tentative results. The preliminary findings, they studied 232 suicides between 2003 and 2015. And like what we talked about earlier, 53.7% of them experienced a major crisis in the last 2 weeks. Huge risk factor. 46% of victims had mental health problems at the time of suicide. And the most common ones were depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. So high school students were also, who were considered suicidal, were found, not who were considered. They found that high school students who had considered suicide had found to have missed school in the last month. They experienced mourning, they used alcohol, drugs in the past, and they engaged in binge drinking recently, or they identified as getting addiction. So all the risk factors that we talked about in the inside were found in those recent suicide clusters. Has anyone heard about other suicide clusters?
Cult related suicide.
Cult-related suicides?
Oh, yeah, Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
Black pants, tennis shoes, white shirt.
Yeah. They manipulated into committing mass suicide.
Yeah,
When was
because they had to
that?
leave their bodies for the mat. Oh, this is,
That was like what, 30
Those are like different sorts.
that's like a nerve.
It's manipulation. They prey, the cult leaders prey on weak-minded people who don't really have.
The Jim Jones case.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like 100 and something people.
Yeah, and then they killed a U.S. senator or congressman. It was serious. This guy was a cult leader. He was dynamic. For those who wouldn't willingly, they forced him.
Yeah.
That's why they say drinking Kool-Aid.
Hmm.
That's where that expression comes from.
I don't know. I think I don't know the answer to how to prevent these suicide clusters. I think maybe if the media just makes a big deal.
I mean, you can say that
Kind
about a
of
lot of
like
yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
You can say that about a lot of other things too.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, media helps and media also makes it worse.
like one of the common terms is keen on like a radio station on 4.3, they were talking or discussing about the blue whale.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was interesting because the first time we actually like heard something like on the mass.
Yeah.
Just trying to reach out and inform parents.
And also the Chris Cornell and Chester thing, Linkin Park, like that just means people that other people worship, especially, well, maybe not sometimes we're older, but you know, if they were for the younger generation, let's say Justin Bieber or something committed suicide, kids would then be a little more inclined to.
follow suit.
Yeah.
Celebrity suicides. I was going to include that, but too much. Yes, celebrity suicide definitely leads to clusters. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Maybe the only way is to counteract something like that, move that challenge, figure out some other kind of challenge that has
To
the
distract them.
that creates protective factors.
Right. Like a competition, obnoxion.
It's got to be something that grabs, that grabs.
Yeah, like
Right.
they're kind of finding meaning in life.
Yeah, something else.
Like an existential.
Finding Nemo.
Like you said, something that gives them control. Something that gives them
Because a lot of times these kids are like that, and like the presence in the social media, it's not really real, so it's very distorted. So maybe giving them something like real, they could really,
Like real attention.
yeah.
Because it gives them this sense, and I think we were talking about this, right? It like makes them famous.
right.
And Instagram models.
Instagram models.
They are, there's something, they get like money and stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
Right.
My sister's down there like all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Pay for fake property, it's not real.
Yeah.
So you did it.
Was all you see getting attention. It's bad.
Especially as kids, when they're like still like searching for their identities and trying to figure everything out. It's a
I
tough
got
time.
$100 from Facebook.
You did?
No, I'm just saying.
Like you did.
Sorry, that was me playing role playing. But yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is create a challenge.
That
That's
counts.
Like the boga
reinforced.
challenge?
It's like the ALS challenge, it was something that take the same, make the 25 steps, because each step progressively builds on another pro-social skill or some kind of.
That's actually really good.
And also-
So if it was an evil genius, so let's say, use your powers for good. Wow, dissertation.
There you go.
Dissertation.
That's actually really good.
And we should remember these kids are also really impulsive, especially the adolescents, so you have to like, kind of get like coping skills so that when they are feeling certain moods,
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the Blue Whale Challenge is like the opposite of impulsive. It's well planned out. But I had it up here.
it's
kind of like when like you're saying you're gonna do something like when you tell a group like you're gonna be on time or something and then you really have to be on time because you said it.
Yeah, you're
Publicly,
pressured.
like, you know, people are like, you want to lose weight, put it online.
Right.
So like then there are people again like this what's it called? Like,
But there's social pressure behind it.
Peer pressure.
Like, you know, I don't understand how parents, if you have like a 13-year-old, you got school, they're waking up at 4:20 a.m. and asking that kind of, going to the top of the high roof at 4:20 a.m.
You know, it's also, I don't know if they have any statistics like on the cultural background of these kids that have done it. Because if you're, especially for kids whose parents are immigrants who don't really speak English, they're not really on top of these type of things or aware of these type of things with the language barrier. So this might be just like fly completely.
But we saw that video.
and a lot of it was happening on Snapchat, which is like most of all.
Right, they're not aware of it at all.
Right. And it disappears. Yeah.
There's nowhere to track.
There's kids know what to do. Like this, you're gonna see that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like instilling each of them something that doesn't let them get there and not. This is
Right.
I think that was one of the positive things that continued. That it's so easy to like let these things slide. You know, like so many people.
Because even at the end, the kid, what's his name? He guys went suicide. I don't know if he
Justin, right? He looked like he was at the highest risk of being suicide.
He actually he shoots himself. The kid that the dad, the cop.
Right.
Did you guys all watch it?
Yeah.
But I think that like they're gonna try to come on the sequel or something like that. I'm not sure.
But
Because
again,
I think that it wasn't like confirmed he died on the show.
Right.
he might have just like
But his intention was to tell him.
Yep.
But again, adults see the positive side to these type of shows, but then kids just see the cool,
The attention
chunky
she
stuff.
gets, the
Yeah,
glory.
so it's just
Yeah, I agree.
We implement.
right, and they
Right.
make her very pretty. So
Right.
it's like I'm
Of course.
like her.
And slinging donuts, basketball.
There you go.
Again, I think it's funny that it was originally a book, kind of nothing. You know,
Yeah.
no one even knew about it. But, you know, it's a TV series. All right. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.